What if you woke up tomorrow as a millionaire and still couldn't afford a piece of bread? Sounds impossible, right? After all, $1 million should solve almost every financial problem. But for millions of people throughout history, becoming a millionaire meant they had become poorer than ever. So how does money become so worthless that people need stacks of cash just to buy breakfast? And more importantly, could it happen again? Let's find out. For many of us, becoming a millionaire is the main financial goal. A nice house, financial freedom, never worrying about bills again. We've been taught that more money equals more wealth. But here's a twist. Money itself isn't wealth. Money is only a claim on wealth. That sounds abstract, so let me show you. But first, there is something important to understand. Money doesn't usually multiply by itself. Sometimes governments print more money to pay huge debts, fund spendings, or keep economy running during a crisis. Printing money can solve a short-term cash problem, but it doesn't magically create more bread, more houses, or more cars. And that's where the trouble begins. Imagine there are 100 people in a town, and only one piece of bread left. Yesterday, everyone had $10. The highest anyone could reasonably offer was $10. But overnight, everyone wakes up with $100 instead. Did the bread become better? No. Did another bakery appear? No. The only thing that changed was how much money people had. Now everyone can afford to offer more than they could offer yesterday. And since only one person can take the bread, the offers begin rising. They were all competing for the same piece of bread. The only way to beat everyone else was to offer more money. I'll pay $6, $8, $10, $15. The bread didn't become more valuable. Each dollar was becoming less valuable. Also, every extra dollar chasing the same bread pushed the prices even higher. That's inflation. But if governments keep creating more and more money and people begin losing trust in that money, inflation can turn into something much worse: hyperinflation. Imagine your paycheck arrives on Friday. By Saturday, it's worth half as much. By next week, it's barely enough for lunch. People stop saving. What's the point? Instead, they spend money the moment they receive it. Supermarkets change prices several times a day. Employers pay workers multiple times a day. People rush from work straight to the supermarket before prices rise again. Money stops being something you save. It becomes something you are desperate to get rid of. And once that happens, the economy itself begins to break. This is not just an imaginary example. It happened in Germany after World War I. The government had enormous debts. To keep paying its bills, it printed more and more money. At first, prices simply increased. Then they increased faster. Then they became almost impossible to keep up with. Imagine it's payday. Your employer hands you your salary. Instead of going home, you run straight into the grocery store. Not because you are hungry, because waiting until tomorrow could mean your money buys half as much. Some workers were paid twice a day, just so they had a chance to spend their salaries before prices increased again. Stores changed prices several times a day. Families rushed from shop to shop trying to buy anything that would hold value. Children played with stacks of banknotes because they cost less than toys. Some people even burned banknotes to heat their homes because firewood cost more than money itself. Imagine working your entire life, saving every paycheck, only to watch those savings become almost worthless. Millions of people became millionaires, and many of them had never been poor. The numbers on the money kept getting bigger, the prices kept getting bigger, the purchasing power kept getting smaller, which reveals one of the biggest misunderstandings about money. More money doesn't automatically mean more wealth. So where does wealth come from? Imagine 10 people living on a small island. One catches fish, one grows food, one builds houses, 1 repairs tools. Everyone trades using money. Now imagine someone prints $1 billion and gives an equal share to everyone. Did the island suddenly have more fish, more food, more houses? No, nothing new was created. The island didn't become richer. The money simply represented the same amount of goods. Real wealth isn't paper, it's what people actually produce. Goods, services, skills, innovation, or productivity. So, money is simply the tool we use to exchange those things. And if that tool loses everyone's trust, everything becomes harder. So, what if you woke up tomorrow as a millionaire and still couldn't afford a piece of bread? You will discover something that changed the way you think about money forever. Wealth isn't the number in your bank account. It's what the number allows you to buy, because money is only valuable as long as people trust it and as long as there are real goods and real services behind it. So maybe the better question isn't how much money do I have, it's what can my money actually buy? Because history has shown us $1 million can make you rich, or it can leave you unable to afford a single piece of bread. If you found this interesting, subscribe for more videos that explain how money and finance work.